Do, 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 do. Uh. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I guess I still ain't live, I guess. And what's going on? There we go. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can I be heard? Why is this doing this? Okay. Time is moving. Can I be heard? Wow, you looking real in this thing sometimes. I really do be looking crazy. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh boy, this is what we doing now. Let's see if that helps. Is this helping? Checking 1, 2 up. I see it moving. All right, so let's go with that then. We're just gonna say good evening to everybody. Whoever's here, whoever's coming, just gonna say good evening to everybody. Um, I ask that I be forgiven for my buku camera on my laptop. It's busted up, but for me, it was very important for me to go ahead and to start my live. But I'm trying to give some people some time before they come in. If they come in, I'll probably just continue going on. Besides, I'm not ready anyhow. But give me a second again. Well, it's just me talking to the world then. I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, first of all, whoever hears this in the repass or the replay, to all the vets that are going to be in the chat or whoever's going to hear this, once again, I just want to say, thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you have done on and off the battlefield. You guys gave up a lot of things to do this, to be a part of the military, whatever branches you guys was on. Shout out to Tough Love as he did his tribute today. It was an awesome thing, and it made me think. What is sacrifice, right? You gotta really understand. I can't really understand what they did, what made them decide to do that. Check out Tough Love's page. He'll tell you about that. But I know one thing. The question for us, those that didn't serve, right? What are we willing to sacrifice? What are we willing to give up for the betterment of other people? So I had to look that up real quick, right? So this is what they said. Sacrifice, without the religious standings and all of that, is an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else, regarded as more important or worthy. Another meaning is to give up for the sake of other considerations, right? So I just took it as, sacrificing to me. What that said is to give up something for someone else. What are we willing to give up for somebody else? What are we willing to do for someone else? In my humble opinion, for me, sacrificing, in order to sacrifice, one, you have to be a selfless person. I don't know too many people that would sacrifice genuinely, because I believe people would say sacrifices, you can give something up for other reasons, but genuinely you'll sacrifice something for another person and not yourself. So sacrifice is a selfless thing for me, one. And two, you can't even do that unless you have compassion, humbleness. For me, more importantly, is love. Love is involved with that stuff. So I believe without those two entities or two subjects, you cannot sacrifice. But here's the thing, the question still remains, what are we willing to sacrifice? Right? Are we willing to sacrifice our egos to go ahead and become better people, become the best us that we can be? Are we ready to remove our pride to do that as well? I always say there's no I in team. And guess what? There's no I in there at all. TEAM. There's no I there. So if that concept is in us, we will be able to do the sacrifices that we need to do for others and not for ourselves. We play team sports. We give out, we pass the ball to somebody scores. That's what's up. I'm happy for you. I'm not going to go and play basketball and shoot up all the shots. That's not a sacrifice. I don't care. Now, if you're hot, you're hot. But even when you're hot, they're going to come and get you. They're going to double team you, triple team you. So you got to pass the ball off to somebody. And that's an assist. But you sacrificing your stats, somebody get their stats up. On YouTube, we come together and we say, you know what? Let's hit the like button for this person so that person can get to a point to where they can do certain things on YouTube. Their message could be heard in a broader range. I want to say 9 times out of 10, we're not doing it out of selfish values. We're doing it to help somebody. So now, we have to do things. We have to sacrifice for other people. We have to love somebody more than we love ourselves. We have to do these things, right? A long time ago, we had a big home. May not have had the biggest homes, but we would share our homes to our families, a cousin, an uncle, a sister, a grandparent. Some families will even go on the other side and say, you know what? You on your dad's side, this is my mom's side, but I'm gonna let you stay anyhow. Family was one of the first places I seen sacrifice. I give up my bed so you can have a nice resting spot. I will allow you win despite the fact that you're not related to me. Right? And even with that being said, when we had I'm gonna say a village, but in America we'll call those communities. It was a big thing because, okay, if dad and mom had to work, we had Aunt Betsy next door who will watch the kids until one of them get home. The kids act up. They get the report back from Aunt Betsy. They'll tear our hind parts into quarters. But a lot has happened to where we don't even sacrifice for nothing anymore. And the question is why? Why are we not sacrificing? Why are we not giving ourselves up to help some people? I think we have turned sacrifice into, selfish desires, selfish needs. Not to get religious and anything, but a songwriter says, I give myself away. Speaking to God, he's talking to the Lord and saying, I give myself away so you can use me. Right? The Bible said God so loved this, one of the most famous John 3:16 verses, right? So for God loved the world that he gave his only begotten son for the world, right? We also use the term ram in the bush. The term ram in the bush rather, is because there was a man named Abraham willing to sacrifice his blessed son. He had two sons. He had one that he had to let go for the blessing. Then the Lord called him, say, listen, bring your son, whom I promised to you. Bring him to the altar. And Abraham pretty much did what he had to do. He may have fought himself, but when he got to the altar, it was no questions asked. He was called and he was getting ready to give his son up. But God said, wait a minute, there's a ram in the bush. Save that ram. Save that child. Bring that ram to the altar. Sacrifice it. So we have to understand, with sacrifice comes a tough decision. With sacrifice, you turn from selfish to selfless. We have to do those things in order for it to happen. But the question is, why are we not doing it? Why are we not turning our homes into a place of leisure or offering a family member that don't have that place to go? Rent is sky high. Like I said, our grandparents say, sure, come on in. But we scattered so far across the planet or the United States or the world or whatever you want to look at it, the continents. And we won't invite nobody to come in. It will be, it'd be days when we have, Thanksgiving is coming. We should be thankful that somebody is willing to spend time with us. But here we are, not even wanting to spend time with each other because of our desires to be scattered, our choices to not be around people, our choices to do things on our own accord, all because we ain't willing to sacrifice time and space and efforts. We have been lost. And on this day, it's even crazier because we're happy, we're thankful for these people that gave their service, their lives, for us to even be having a YouTube chat or just say, God, I thank you for freedom, liberty. We're gonna go further, the pursuit of happiness. We have ancestors that couldn't pursue happiness. They was indentured servants, slaves, in bondage, not of their own choice, but they was willing to do things, for our futures. When push came to shove, civil rights movements, slave revolts, all of that, they were sacrificing themselves. And here we are, for the most part, we're just about ourselves as individuals, not those that are actually giving themselves up to do things positive or to do things for other people, which I'm going to always say is positive. But just to, for those that don't understand what it means to sacrifice, you're doing something for somebody else. You may not gain anything back, right? But you're doing it for the right reasons. You don't, you like if you give your life up, you give up street life for your children. Hey, watermelon, you give up yourself for your children. You stop doing things that you were used to do when you was without child. You can be selfish at that time, but once you have a kid, it's a different scenario. You no longer have to. You no longer could think about yourself. When you have a family, you're no longer thinking about yourself. You're sacrificing the old you to become this new family person, a new parent. But we do have people that says, "All right, I had a kid, and I'm still going to do me." Excuse me. I have a kid, and I still going to work 12 hours for my own desire. Okay. Um, it's just we have to understand what the sacrifice is. We have to sacrifice, not, you know, when you sacrifice, it's not a selfish desire. If you sacrificing for your own desire, that's not really a sacrifice. That's just a selfish move that you have done. Because at the end of the Cheeky, hey, good evening, Cheeky. It's just a selfish desire that you decided to do because it's about you. But a sacrifice is never about you. It's about somebody around you, someone benefiting off what you're giving up. Like right now, the people that's coming in the chat, they're giving up their time to hear what I have to say. And for the most part, we should be appreciative of things like that. But that's not neither here nor there, because what you do with your sacrifice, with your time, is what you do with it. If you giving it up to somebody, you're doing the right thing, so you're good with it. So it's not even about, it's not about me. It's about somebody else. It's, I'm not I'm not the recipient of nothing. Those. It's not about me. It's about them. So we really have to understand what's going on. We really have to understand what a sacrifice truly is. For a family, for a family member, it's okay. You may not have a place to stay. Even if we don't, we don't have the best of communication. You don't have the best of relationship. I love you so much that I would rather you stay with me. I would rather fight with you than leave you homeless. I would rather fight with you than sit there and allow you to be out there begging for a place to stay. We don't even do that for family now. But we have people that'll say, I go with my drinking buddy. I'll go smoke it up with this person. But there's a family member down the block that's going through something right now. And we won't even take the time to sacrifice that little itty bitty kindness to say, hey, cuz, you okay? Hey, sis, you good? Yo, bro, how you doing? What's up? We don't, it's like we don't, our selfishness is really, it's really taking over. The selfishness of people is just so horrible. It's sad, right? And the question is why? Why are we so selfish? Is it because we've grown into a person that can't be told anything? My way is the right way, this, that, and the third? Or or is it because we don't know how to help because people never helped us? You don't have to do what the world do. You do what's inside of your heart. If your heart tells you to go ahead and be selfless, you be selfless. It's not about a monetary gain. It's about a gaining of morality. I say it all the time. Common sense is not common, right? Because if you see an old lady walking across the street and you see that light going change, maybe let's say 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be people just watching the lady cross the street. They won't even say, you know what, let me stop what I'm doing and let me help this lady across the street. But as soon as she get hit, God forbid, knock on wood, they're gonna sit there and watch the lady get hit and pull their phone out and video record it. What type of what's the point of that? Right? What that's just so mind-boggling, because you would rather sit there and watch that instead of you saying, you know what, let me help this lady across the street. Are we so afraid that good deeds will be evil spoken of that we won't do it? How many people will give the shirt off their back to somebody that's homeless? Are we ashamed that people gonna say, look at this fool, he falling for a trick? It doesn't matter what doesn't matter what everybody says. What your heart says. What is your morale? What's your morality gonna say? It should say, yo, listen, you okay? Let me give you this shirt. Are you hungry? Let me go get you something to eat. But we don't even do that. We're so busy worrying about ourselves. I can't be late for work. Oh, I gotta catch this bus before I lose money. But there's a man that lost his whole entire life. Or there go a woman that lost her whole entire life. It may be women with kids sitting there scrambling for a change. And here we are worrying about trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. We got the 15 cents. If you a go-getter, you can give that 15 cents up and go make that up later. But because our selfish desires, because our willingness not to care, it seems. It's like we're a bunch of Scrooges. Christmas time is coming. We're already a bunch of Scrooges. We won't even help nobody. Because we don't know how to sacrifice. Because we're going to continue to put I in the team. Realist, how you doing? All because we don't know how to sacrifice nothing. No, we don't have to go to war to sacrifice. We do sacrifice every day. I'm not trying to disregard what the people done. Like I said, it's just a simple act of compassion, but we're not willing to sacrifice anything. Why? Why are we so cold-hearted? Why is it so hard for us to do? We should be here to help everybody. Right? That's just the goodness in each and every one of us. We all have that. I don't even want to say that's a gift. That's just a common seed that's planted within each and every one of us. You ain't missed much, CC. Hi, CC. I'm just talking about the sacrifice, right? On this day, we talking about how men and women gave their life up to make a tough decision to go ahead and go to war or go to combat. And here we are, we so selfish, we won't sacrifice for a brother, a sister, or a cousin, a friend, or a stranger. All because we have the selfish desires to worry about ourselves. And it's just sad. It really is sad. Thank you, Watermelon. I'm glad you can hear, because I didn't know who I was talking to. I was just going. I ain't even gonna lie. But like I said, the question is, Cheeky said, I'm a giver, right? SEC, it's the right thing to do if I can. But that's the thing too, Cheeky. We can give by just being kind. We don't need money to help somebody get across the street. We don't have to have money to sit there and say, yeah, I was going to do it on the tablet, but the tablet act like it didn't want to talk, so I turned it off. So I'm glad Meek ain't here because she would have been talking about I was looking like Morris Day, or she would have said I didn't look like Morris Day or whatever. So then I just got on this this broken camera laptop to go over the live again. But yeah, we like it's just giving time. You can give time, you can give your effort, and it doesn't cost a thing. But we're so stuck on if what we're gonna do if we're missing something. Oh, I'm late for work. I can't stop and talk to you. You can say if somebody sneeze, how many of us are saying God bless you? Common thing, common courtesy thing. God bless you. Oh, I hope you feel better. How are you? Things like that. We don't even do anymore because of our desires of worrying about ourselves. There's nothing wrong with worrying about yourself, but there's a time to do it, right? Now, for those that give all their time away, it's okay for you to be selfish with yourself because you have to refuel yourself somewhere. You can't just keep giving, 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 and you ain't got nothing to refuel yourself with. How you gonna give when you don't have? You're giving all your time to help people. Now you need time to yourself to refuel yourself. Take a day, take 2 days. I get it, but at the same time, your heart is in the right place for sacrificing. You're willing to help other people, but now you got to take care of yourself too. I'm not saying that you just give all, and not worry about what's behind you. Because if you don't know what's behind you, how you gonna give what's in front of you? It doesn't make sense. Because your heart is in the right place don't mean you gotta forget what you need to do with yourself. But like I said, we just have a hard time of understanding when the sacrifice is necessary and when it's not. You can't I mean, you can't sacrifice if you don't have it, right? I mean, you can give your last. I've known people to give their last, and I hope people are not giving their last because they're expecting God to do something behind it, right? Like if we look at the story of Job, I'm sorry, I'm going there with y'all, but it's just crazy because today's Veteran Day and tomorrow is church for most people, so it feels like I'm preaching, but bear with me, right? Look at Job. Job was cursed so bad that he got everything taken away from him, right? And then God turned around after all the questions that Job gave God, and all his friends laughed at him and they ridiculed him. Like, look, you paraphrasing, you goofy, you lost everything. Look, you ain't did this, and this. But then God said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I got you. I'm gonna double it. Right? Sometimes we gotta understand what's in us first, right? We can't add on. We in sacrifice, we can't add to somebody that's not going to be appreciative. You can't add on to something that they don't have, right? If you don't have it, you can't add to it. But if you're doing it for the right reasons, you'll probably increase their morale. You'll probably boost them up a little bit. Say, you know what, I can do this. I think I can, or whatever it is that you're going to encourage yourself with, because somebody's behind you to do it. That don't cost you nothing. Kind words don't cost you a thing. All a kind word is, like I said, is thank you. How are you? God bless you. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good night's rest since we're at the time of night. But even with that, a lot of us can't even do that. It's something wrong with each and every one of us that can't do that. We have something really, really wrong. And for me, I believe that's just a selfish desire. I don't know why we can't do it. Like when I encourage people to get their own channels, because I truly believe that you can do something. We need all the help we can get to help people look at themselves and say, hey, I can do something correct. Or, people don't positive, but we can do something positive. I'm still waiting on Cece. I don't know what she waiting on. Cause even the little typing that she does is encouraging. I mean, each and every one of y'all have encouraged me. Shiki don't even like talking, but every time she talks, I get encouraged. Like, yo, I can do this, because I know somebody that don't want to do this and they don't like to do it, but they do it just. I'm not saying she does it to encourage me, but she encourages me by doing it. Yeah, because we all so selfish, Cheeky. We so busy worrying about what we gonna gain out of it. What do we get out of it? How about you just be happy that you helped somebody? What's wrong with that? It's not always about us. It can be, but that's not how we're built. We're built to help other people. If that's the case, God wouldn't have gave us helpmates, right? Not to be sexist, but that's what the story says. That's what the Bible says. He gave us a helpmate. So if y'all here to help me, why would I be selfish enough not to accept the help? Is If one and one is two, and not putting them together make it 11, that makes sense. Stop making things difficult. We have to stop making things difficult. If we're here to love people, we should be here to give ourselves to other people. Give your time to other people. Is a reason why I feel confident in saying, yo, I don't know who this is for, but if you ever need to talk to me, if you ever need to talk, and I'm the last person on the planet Earth, I will be here for you. And I mean that. Because at the end of the day, somebody feel like they ain't got nobody to talk to. Well, I can't tell this person my problem. I can't tell them this. I can't tell them that. Somebody gonna weaponize that against me. But if that person really needs you, why are we being selfish not to stand there and be there for that person? What's wrong with sacrificing your ear for someone to talk it off? Not literally, but you understand what I'm saying. Just be there for the person. Talk. Let the person talk to you. You know what? I just really needed to talk to, because who knows what that pressure plus and pipe in that in the body. Not literally, but hey, you don't know what a person going through. You don't know if a person is getting tired and say, yo, I'm tired of dealing with this and I'm ready to go. We don't know. But if we don't make time for the person, if we don't sacrifice the ear for the person, what we going to do when it happens? God forbid, knock on wood. Oh my God, I should have done more. No, it's too late. It's too late. They already did something to themselves. They already harmed themselves. And if they didn't take themselves out at that particular time, they'll do something negative to themselves. All because we didn't want to sacrifice our ear. Even when we live in, like Tough, yo, check out Tough Love's thing about the oh my God, the insurance, the life insurance thing. Because we live our lives all day long, and then we wait to turn around and say, well, I'm dying. Well, what you want me to do? And then you got people that say, you know what? Don't burn me up. You ain't even gonna be here. You be selfish to the end. Don't burn me up. Bury me. Did you leave me any money? No, but I want you to take care of it. That's why people got GoFundMe's. That's why they get the GoFundMe, because they're people not willing to sacrifice themselves even at the end of their life. All because of their selfishness. I don't want to change. It's all about me. It's about me, so I don't need to worry about it. They got me. Just because you have a child, that don't mean they're going to be there for you. You got to remember, if you selfish, you're going to need that child as you get older. We're all getting older. We're all 30 plus for the most part, 90% of us. And God forbid if we can't take care of ourselves. And we tell our kids, yo, please don't put me in a nursing home. But you ain't give that kid no type of love. You didn't sacrifice your energy for their love. But you want them to take care of you. Why? Because you birthed them? Not to be disrespectful, but if a nigga skeeted in you, that's all it was to him. And you didn't give the love to the kid for him to feel love because you were selfish. Somewhere down the line, we have to understand it's not about us anymore. See, for me, once I had a kid, it was no longer about me. Okay, now I got to do what I got to do. I don't care if I had to collect cans. I had a job, but I'm just saying, I don't care if I got to collect cans. And I know there's a lot of people, for those men that, live in that street life and turn around and get caught up, locked up, coming home. Guess what? There's people hiring felons. If you don't throw that damn pride, if jail ain't make you humble, then you might as well stay your ass in there. Excuse my language. Damn, y'all got me cursing. I'm passionate about this, I guess. But y'all might as well stay in there because you ain't willing to lose nothing. You ain't gained nothing but that time with people telling you to go to bed, stand up. What's your name? Or what's your number? Or whatever the hell they ask you in there. You know what they ask, but you want to come home and be the same person. It didn't work the first time. It's time to put that ego to the side, bury that ego in the prison. It's time for you to sacrifice. You won't even sacrifice for yourself to embetter yourself. So how is somebody going to be around you for that? We just got to do better, everybody. We really, really do. We do. Like I said, rent is going up, skyrocketing. It's people in Alabama and Mississippi only making $5. And they rent probably like $1,500. How they gonna live off of that? They make it simple. They say, you know what? Hey, cuz, I'm coming over there, cuz. I'm staying with you, cuz. All right, cuz, come on in here. But God, the rest of us, we just don't understand that. I'm telling you, man. My grandmother, I swear, she was the kind woman on the planet Earth. She didn't care who it was. She loved God so much, she didn't care who it was. You need a place to stay? Come on in. Grandma, who this? Oh, that's Miss Lucy Jane. Hi, Lucy Jane. What you doing here? Well, your grandma says I can stay here. Really? Grandma, we got enough food? We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. You don't worry about it, Gary. I trust God. Okay. And that was a recurrent theme for her. God is going to make a way. And we didn't really go too many days without eating. We didn't struggle. And when that person got on their feet, God bless you. Thank you. And then to our dying day, like, how's your grandmother? I'm so thankful that she did this for me. Things like that. All because she was willing to sacrifice her peace in her own home to help somebody who didn't have it. Friend, family, stranger, didn't matter to her. That's where I get this from. That's where I learned it from her. All because she had the giant heart. Dome, how you doing? She was willing to sacrifice her own home for somebody that she didn't know. But here we are, we struggling to be nice. We struggling to say good morning. We struggling to say, can I help you? We too damn busy. We keeping it pushing. Baby crying, the baby pacifier get thrown out of the stroller. Some of us walk past it. Some of us is moving so fast, we'll probably step on it like, oh, my bad. You probably won't even say that, my bad. You know what I mean? It's crazy. We don't even have the common courtesy. So we can't expect people to sacrifice if they don't have common courtesy. We already know common sense ain't common anymore. So why should we expect common courtesy? We got to remove ourselves out of the equation sometimes. It doesn't hurt. We're not going to lose anything. We're gonna be okay if we say, "Hey, how can I help you? Hey, good morning. Hey, how was your day? Hey, would you like to talk about it?" And it's not about, and we shouldn't be weaponizing if somebody comes to us like that. We should help to we should help out of kindness, not help to weaponize. Selena says it all the time. Do unto others as you want done unto you. I'm not here to weaponize your questions. I'm not here to weaponize your pain. Your pain is your pain. If you got that kind heart, if you know how to sacrifice, if you know how to love and be compassionate, your answer is going to be for them. Your, your, your job is to make sure that they understand that somebody cares with no strings attached. Not to sit there and say, well, now I got something over you. No, that's not what it's about. But like I said, in order for us to start sacrificing, we got to remove ourselves. We got to remove our egos, and we got to remove our pride. Those are the things that I believe is stopping us. Now, I may be wrong, and there may be more to it. But what I'm saying is, until we do that, sacrificing will never happen. And if you think you're going to give something away for your own benefit, to me, that's not even a sacrifice. That's just a selfish move. Something that we shouldn't even be doing. But we'll probably do that anyway. You're right, Chiki. You can't eat pride. And for whatever reason, people don't understand that. That's a very simple statement. You can't eat it, but people don't care. They going to take it with them. They want to take that to the grave with them. Like I said, you got people out here right now running around knowing they sick, knowing they ain't gonna get no better. You think they saving up for people to do right by them, to do right? No, they gonna keep doing what they doing and expect you to take care of them when it's too late. We don't even like. Dang, what happened to the love for that? Don't listen. Don't cremate me. Just let me just bury me with such and such. You don't know that cost $20,000? Did you even check it out? No, I just know you got me. Okay, you see the stuff? Yeah, there's a lot of pride. There's a bunch of prideful people. You're right, realist. But people don't understand that pride really comes before the fall. People don't know what that means. But when you humble yourself and when you do things with the love that you're supposed to have, because it's in each and every one of us, it's up to us to activate it. And when you activate that love, all the other stuff is going to come behind it. The compassion, the sacrifice, the willingness to do good. All of those things is in each and every one of us. You know what I mean? But some of us don't even want, some of us bury it so deep within us. By the time we start to look for it, it's like it's a quicksand. People act like they got quicksand in their body, in their souls. And they bury it so deep, it keep falling and falling and falling and falling. All because it's about me. It's not about me. People ask me to talk to people because it's not about me. Right? I'm pretty sure y'all heard this. Y'all heard the young man on Selena's chat on her live. All I do is pray for him. That's what I did. We don't even. People tell the story. I'll pray for you. Are you really praying for the people? I'll pray for you. As soon as the live's over, I don't even know what that dude was talking about. I don't even know what she was talking about. No, if I can do it right then and there, I'm gonna do it. I prayed for him. Not to be goody two shoes, because I felt that was the right thing to do. People don't understand what it's like to really be in this world by themselves. There's some people that really don't really believe they don't have anybody. And even if we are the last resort on the worst content station studio YouTube, we can make a difference. Yo, there's some good people here. Now it's time for us to show the good people that, hey, we can do good things. We don't have to be like everybody else. We don't have to be on some nonsense. It's up to us to decide when it's time for us to do the right things in life. Like I said, when I go to each and every one of you channels, you say something that makes sense. You say something that allows me to say, hey, I'm on the right path. Because if it wasn't, I think it's not working. I might have given up already. House of Urban, good evening. I probably would have given up already. All because people are not willing to say, yo, you may have stumbled, but keep going. And we have to receive the constructive criticism. Yo, I don't like the way you did this. Well, do you have a suggestion? Yeah, I think you go about it this way. They ain't telling us nothing wrong. They trying to help us get to where we need to go. They're sacrificing their ear, their time to give you advice, to give me advice. Take it, apply it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But the one thing we can't say is that we didn't try it. And that's all that people are asking us to do. Take the advice and apply it. They gave us enough time. They sacrificed their time to give it to you. So why not use it? Why not apply it to your life? Or try to apply it. If it don't fit, if it's too tight, all right, we can't use it. If it's too loose, okay, we can't use it. But if we can give it to somebody else that needs it. If one could win 1,000, that one piece of advice that you didn't use and you give it to somebody else, it may work for them. If crap flows downstream, what does positive? What does goodness do? Is it going to stand still? No, it's gonna be repaid. But we're so busy worrying about the negative things that we don't worry about the positive things. We don't even think about it. All because we are of the world. We're in the world, but we're not supposed to be of it. We can be who we need to be. If you want to be that way, that's fine. You want to be nasty, that's cool. But that's not what we're supposed to be here to do. We're supposed to be here we're all helpmates. Just like those of us that have children, even if we wasn't ready, once that kid popped out, we became leaders. It's all the same thing. We have to understand who we are when we're in the positions to be that. If we're in the position to give. Even if it's your last. The lady that gave away her last penny, she was blessed. She was blessed better than the man giving a whole penny when he had more. Stuck. Because when you give your everything, you're going to get the blessing. It's not even about being blessed. It's about doing the right thing. If you do the right thing, you're going to receive the right thing in return. Morally first. Inside of you first. I feel good that I'm here to help somebody. What I'm saying might help House of Urban. It may help Watermelon. It may help Realist. It may help Dome. Cheeky. CC. It may help it may help somebody. A little butterfly told me as long as you deliver the message, what they do with it is what they're gonna do with it. You did your part. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna give whatever comes out of me and hope that someone receives it and applies it. And if it doesn't apply to you, give it to someone that it applies to. Because all of us at one point in time or not have been one of those people that, you know what? We kept a beep going. We kept the nonsense going. It's time for us to return the favors. Now, not return the favors for the beef, but return it and a good aspect. Well, Watermelon does makeup. Maybe if she can reach this one person, she may can help her feel beautiful about herself. Dome speaks real, he speaks his heart. So maybe if he speaks to this one person, he can encourage this person to do something with themselves. If not, you can replay the live and somebody else can hear it and it'll go up. Cheeky always giving, you know, history about something, whether it's about American Indians, the Native Africans, the tribe of Israel. Check out her page. She does all of that. But it's helping us to understand, hey, we are important. We have touched every continent on the planet Earth. It's not about what they're telling us. It's about what they're not telling us, what they're hiding in the crevices. But if you know it, now your son could know it. Your daughter could know it. They could say, well, we ain't just a bunch of losers. We wasn't just slaves. We did something. We invented this. We invented that. But we're not going to get that credit. So we got to look for it ourselves. You got to dig. And that's what Cheeky does. She digs for the information and brings it to light for those that really want to see it. And for those of y'all that do want to see it, subscribe to her page. She does that. I'm learning things that I ain't even. Black popes. They don't never tell us about no black popes. How many people knew that there were black popes? You won't know unless you do the research. And here we got somebody that's doing the research. That's why her name is Cheeky History Channel, because she does the work. She gives up her time. She sacrifices her time to enlighten people. Look at that. I got a video coming on black rabbis. Now, we're going to all sit here and believe that we knew there was black rabbis. We didn't even know for the longest period of time that the tribe of Israel was black. But we're going to sit here and act like that we knew there was black rabbis. This is what I'm saying. That's just a perfect example. She's giving up her time. She's sacrificing her time to let people know, hey, there were black rabbis. There were black popes. There were black samurais, black Chinese, black Mongolians. We already know about the Moors being in Europe, but that's not even spoken about. But here we have one person who's willing to give up their time, to sacrifice their time, to allow people to know we've been all over the continent. We've been all over the earth. Like I said, we all, like all of these people that's in the chat and all of these people that's going to watch the replay. I know in my heart that y'all do something y'all give up your time to do something for someone to gain something. Not to instigate, not to keep nonsense going, but for someone to apply something to their life that's going to work for them. People are here to lift up people. That's what you do. Whether it's through makeup, whether it's through research of history, whether it's just saying a kind word. That's what we're all here for. I don't even care what sector I'm in. I don't even know what sector I'm in. I really don't. I don't even look for it. Hey, I just know, listen, as Meek would say, push go and talk. And that's what I do. Because I truly believe that what I'm saying, someone's going to be able to listen to. Someone's going to be able to say, you know what? He has a good point. Let me see if it works for me. And if it doesn't work for me, I understand the concept and why he said it. Because it may work for somebody else. And like I said, everybody that's here has done the same thing. I'm still waiting on CC to start. I truly believe she can do it. But she has to feel ready to do it. Because there were people telling me to do the same thing. You ready? I ain't ready. I might stumble. I think a word gonna choke me out because I was selfish. I was worried about myself. All these people, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people saying, yo, go ahead and do it. You will help somebody. But I'm worried about myself choking over a word, stumbling. I'm not worried about that no more. I don't like being on camera, but hey, sooner or later that's going to be worked out too. Because it's not about me anymore. It's about what I think I can do to help somebody who hears the word, here's the conversation. People might say I look ugly. I don't care. It's about what I can do verbally, what I can say to touch somebody to say, yo, he made a good point. Don't be writing me, CC. I'm still waiting, CC. I'm waiting. But it's about that. It's not about what we look like. It's not about, it's really not about none of that. It's not. You know, it's really about us sacrificing our time to help somebody get to where they need to go. I'm willing to do it. I'm ready to do it. I believe I've started doing it. And with God's help and with you guys' help, it will be done. Like I don't I don't have no doubts anymore. I'm not gonna stumble over my words. Even if I do, I gotta push through it. I might get stuck on a word, but hey, I'm gonna get through it. I'm not a public speaking person, but who knows? I mean, Moses wasn't a public speaking person neither, but he delivered people from bondage. What more of a sacrifice is that? I'm sitting there stumbling. Let my people go. No, he said it. He said what he had to say, and those people got let go. So me stumbling over a few words shouldn't stop what I need to do. Yeah, you're right, Cheeky. And that's the thing. We may stumble, but like I told y'all before, in a boxing match, you don't lose if you fall. You got 8 seconds to get up for a standing 8 count. And if you ain't standing up, you got 2 more seconds to get up before you lose the fight. You only lose the fight if you can't get up. Or someone deem you unworthy of continuing the fight. But guess who controls that? You do. You don't allow yourself to get beat up so much that somebody gonna throw the towel in or the referee's gonna stop the fight. We do have to protect ourselves, yes. Put your guards up. This is not gonna be smooth. I'm pretty sure I know the devil gonna be in the bush. The hell with the ram. There's gonna be a devil in the bush waiting for me to fall. Trying to maybe pick my words apart. Oh, you don't live that way. Okay. Well, that's for you to decide. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna continue to be me. But you know there's gonna be someone opposing you. And someone's gonna oppose each and every one of us. But we can't let that stop. We can't let the one stop us from reaching 1,000. Just like it takes one to reach 1,000, we can't let that one stop us from reaching 1,000. We can't allow it. Because if we allow it, we don't know how far back we're setting ourselves. We really don't. So it's going to be up to us, guys. Stand tall. I love Cece. She's awesome. But until she's ready, she got to fight. She got to fight whatever's holding her back. That's why I told Cheeky earlier, I'm so proud of you. She said, what you proud of me for? Because you went up there on a panel again. Man, if I don't get myself to do this live. There's people that don't even like doing stuff, but they do it just to show, yo, I can do it. You can do it. Encouragement is real. For somebody to sacrifice themselves, that's real. That's the greatest love in the world. No greater love is this, that a man will lay down his life for a friend. If you doing that for a friend, how much more are you going to do for someone you love? But the point is, you ain't going to do that without, you're not going to sacrifice without that love. Goes back to my love and light. You ain't sacrificing because you like the person. I'll think about it. But when you love them, there's nothing to think about. When you think about somebody crossing the street and somebody getting ready to get hit by a car, knock on wood, some will watch. But when you got that sacrificing entity in your body, you either gonna pull them back, you're gonna push them, and you might throw yourself in front of the car by the action of moving somebody out of the car, out of the way of the car. But you're not just doing it to do it. It's something in you that's gonna say, yo, you need to go help that person. You need to go save that person. You see a little kid acting up, it's something in you that says, yo, I don't know you, but I need to talk to you. And I'm going to take you home to your mother so she can understand what you've done, or your father, or whoever it is. We don't even do that no more. We got it to where, damn, that kid is rude. Knowing damn well your mama, or for most of us, our grandparents, what is that? This little nigga need his whole face torn off. He shouldn't even have no teeth. Talking to adults like that. It just goes to show you how much time is changing. It just goes to show you how much they're not teaching us the old ways of life. It just going to show us that common sense ain't common, chivalry is dead, and dare I say, for a lot of people, love don't live here no more. I know that's a song, but you can use that in this content. Love don't live here anymore. I don't care what you do. It's about me. And a lot of the time when we do that, we don't even love ourselves. We're so stuck on ourselves, we don't even love ourselves. But we're going to make it look like we do by being selfish, even though that ain't the move. But we'll do that. But guys, it's like I said, if you don't have that love, you can't sacrifice nothing. If you don't have compassion, you ain't going to sacrifice nothing. If you don't have the willingness to understand that, hey, I can help somebody, I can do it, you'll just be the old you and not worry about nobody but yourselves. But when you sacrifice, when you love, when you give to charity, it's not about you. It's about the other person. I know people donate to Goodwill just for that, for tax write-offs. But when you're doing it for the right reasons, you probably don't even think about the daggone tax write-off. You probably just doing it because you know there's a kid out there that need baby clothes, and you ain't having no more babies. What you gonna do? You gonna sell it? That ain't cool. But it's all about, understanding what you're willing to sacrifice. The effort for you to say, yo, it's not about me, it's about them. I'll donate it to Goodwill. No strings attached. Because there's nothing to be attached to sacrifice. You're donating, you're giving away, you're valuing someone else more than yourself. And it's sad to say that a lot of people at this time don't do it. So of course I'm going to celebrate those veterans that didn't make it back home. We celebrate them. We celebrate those that came home, because even some of them didn't come back correctly. Yeah, Cheeky, you're absolutely right. It do begin at home. But a lot of the time it's never home, because you got that single mom or that single dad working 12 hours a day and not being able to turn around and say, you know what? I love you guys. Because they're working so much, they work themselves tirelessly And that's why the families are where they at now, because they're so independent. There's only a single parent. A lot of people ain't got parents behind them. My kids, for me, my kids will never have grandparents. My parents are gone. They'll never have grandparents, so they'll never get to experience what it's like to have the big Thanksgiving dinners. Thanksgiving is coming. It'd be a whole feast. Every grandkid coming, aunts and uncles coming, flying all over from all over. We don't even do that. Oh no, I don't feel like driving. I'ma stay home. All right, we're gonna get a 20-pound turkey for 3 people. We love technology, but I don't think it's the time to use technology to be thankful for Thanksgiving. That's the time for us to be around each other. We'll drive 1,000 miles for a funeral, but won't drive 1,000 miles for Thanksgiving, just to save face, knowing good and well that we would do it when grandma's home or grandpa, the grandparents is they make a call, we coming, we come running. There ain't nothing to talk about. They children did it. We don't even do that as the children of today. And we can't expect the children of tomorrow to do it because we're not good examples. It's time for us to remove ourselves. It's time for us to show right and wrong and put our egos aside. We need to sacrifice our egos once again. But until then, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And like Cheeky just said, it begins at home. I'll take it one step further. It begins with us. Everyone in the chat and the one that's speaking. Even as I point at you, there's three fingers pointed back at me. But it starts with us. It starts with you and it starts with me. Because we all, more 90% of us have children. And for men, our legacy should never be about being selfish. It's about sacrifice. Men are the greatest sacrifices of all because we do everything for other people. We work for the home. We provide for the home. We could be sick as dogs, can't walk, we'll slither up to a job. We could be in a wheelchair, we'll try to find a way to bring some money home just for so somebody else ain't got to worry about it. So the men that's in the chat, it's in us already. Women, you guys sacrifice too. You deal with a lot of nonsense. You deal with it. You deal with the man ego. Some of y'all even go to the utter limits of sacrificing by being abused and still wanting to love them. That's a sacrifice. But like I told y'all, sometimes you have to be selfish with yourself. Emotional abuse is not sacrificing. It's time for you to go. Because you can't, if you want to sacrifice yourself and that person ain't getting no better, that's not a sacrifice. No disrespect, that's called a waste of time. It really is. Because if you giving yourself and allowing the man to emotionally abuse you to where you feel like I ain't got nowhere to go, and then you have a mental breakdown, all they're going to do is replace you and be with somebody else in his same manner. That's not a sacrifice. That's a waste of time. Men, if you feel like your woman don't bring you peace and you bring in all of that home, that's not a sacrifice. That's a waste of time. Because a sacrifice is given to somebody else more than you would take from yourself. But that should change them as well. Because a lot of people, like right now, a lot of people feel Jesus is wasting his time. He gave his life up for niggas to be morons and idiots and a-holes. Because he gave his life for people to do that. That's what people are going to say. But we understand why he did it. He sacrificed for everyone to receive good things and not bad things. The reward should be good things off of a sacrifice and never a bad thing. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for spending your little bit of Veterans Day with me this evening. But also remember, guys, you don't have to, you don't, we have a war with ourselves that we need to sacrifice for other people. That's not taken away for those that fought the big wars. But each and every one of us have a war within us that we need to fight. And each and every one of us need to understand what we need to sacrifice in order to win that war within each and every one of us. So, like I said, guys, I truly appreciate you, stopping by. I hope this resonates with you. I hope it touches you. And until something inspires me again, I'll speak to y'all later. Night, Cheeky. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Until the next time, guys. I'm out. One.